All right. Ow. All right. Have we ever done... We have Pegasus Breaks Ground.
Do you want to open the episode first? Or should we just...
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We did 5 minutes earlier, but those were full of technical difficulties, so those didn't contain an introduction.
You know what? Today, let's just roll right into the Mad Libs. Why not? It is
a birthday day. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I also want to say a big fat hella lit thank you to everybody on Facebook and Instagram. And also to you, Macy, for posting that and those wonderful throwback pictures. And I think we're in a place for a relaxed app.
Yeah, part of that being because it's your birthday, and the other part being because my internet is so bad that if we have a very energized conversation, it's so laggy we can't properly communicate. So we're slow talking today.
Really taking our time to make sure that the other one is done speaking, because if we do what we normally do and just start yelling, it's going to be a mess. So
we have Pegasus Breaks Ground, Witness Interview, and Centaur Wrestling.
As much as I want to go for the Centaur Wrestling, because that sounds chef kiss, I'm going to go with the Witness Interview because I've been watching so much true crime witness interviews, and I'm about that right now. Let's do it.
Well, give me an animal.
One very large moth.
Verb.
Sniff.
A place.
The inside of John Wayne's boxer briefs.
Number.
1. Just 1.
Plural noun.
Is a pack of wild dogs.
Yeah, plural noun.
Calloused heels.
Animal.
One of those little fish that'll swim up your pee hole. Are you regretting the fact that I supply the words today?
Yes. Verb ending in ISG.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I almost said ISG.
Rusty tromboning.
Article of clothing.
Assless chaps.
Adjective.
Rubbed raw.
Adverb.
Begrudgingly.
Exclamation.
Shit!
Oh, that was it. Sorry. I thought you were mourning having to think
or
of
that. Or maybe...
Adjective.
Gassy.
Oh. Part of the body.
Oh.
Plural.
Dingleberries, which I believe is stolen from one of our listeners over on the lives.
Color.
Titanium white.
Verb. Last one.
I want to say finger.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We have a script. So it starts off. Kid, I'm telling you, my sister is a very large moth. Officer, slow down. Sniff at the beginning. Kid, I got home from the inside of John Wayne's boxer briefs at just 1 hour past my curfew. That's gross. That makes me uncomfortable. I tiptoed upstairs without my pack of wild dogs noticing. That was when I heard calloused heels coming from my sister's smegma room.
It's Jim!
Gross. He would have calloused heels. But he uses them like Parmesan cheese.
Oh,
he just grates them off.
I hate it. But somehow they're still always so thick that you hear them clacking around.
Gross. Officer.
I'm gonna be
What
sick.
did you think was happening? Kid. At first I thought there was one of those little fish that will swim up your pee hole in the room with her. Then I heard rusty trombone sounds, like someone or something was ripping her assless chaps apart.
Well, it's not wrong.
No. Oh. I asked her if she was rubbed raw. And when she didn't answer, I knocked as begrudgingly as I could. According to your dad, you screamed, "Shit! Why didn't you call for help?" A kid. The door opened. That's when I saw her. She had gassy claws and whiskers that had grown out of her dingleberries. She looked at me with titanium white eyes and growled,
Ooh.
"Finger your own business, twerp." There you go.
I feel bad about that one. I feel like we've created a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to forget that we ever said any of that.
We said all of that.
Well, you said it, really.
Well, you made it.
So, Mad Libs made it. Can we sue?
Well, we can at least blame them.
That's all I want. Today's blame-filled and disgusting story, as well as the whole episode, is dedicated to our Patreon shout-out, Laura W. So bye-bye, Laura! There's no one could take your place. Do I sound Irish? I feel like I just sound like a metal head.
Yeah, you're more along the lines of, like, an American affliction band.
So bye-bye, Laura!
It's excellent.
I don't know about that, but what are we talking about today?
I am talking to you today about something that actually made me profoundly sad. This has just been a terrible day, but I'm talking to you about ash trees.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. I don't know anything about it, but I feel like with a tree, you can always get a little bit sad. I'm sorry, because I know you've had a terrible day. I want to talk to you about something that might make it a little bit better. I'm going to talk about Crown of Success. My topic, Crown of Success, was inspired by Kim's unboxing of the Hearth Wisdom Store Curio box on her YouTube channel. And in it was Crown of Success oil. So typically, Crown of Success is going to be in an oil form. So it's usually, it's going to be referred to as Crown of Success oil most of the time. It's a conjure and a hoodoo condition oil. And within Conjure and Hoodoo condition oils are made with ingredients that hold similar properties to each other to concentrate, like kind of concentrate down your intended purpose. So things you hear a lot, this is good for love or it's good for prosperity. So if you can kind of take a handful of different herbs that all say, I'm good for love or I'm good for prosperity, and you make your oil out of it, it's really simplified but also magnified the use of tangible ingredients that you might have. And these could be herbs, they could be other oils, they could even be crystals if you feel like infusing them or if it's safe to do so. So for example, if you wanted to create a powerful ingredient for like a money drawing or prosperity conditioning oil, but you don't know what to do it out of the hundreds of items that are associated with drawing money, you can just kind of pick a handful out of what you've got and use it, and then that will be your go-to for prosperity. This is why I like using oils and creating oils. I've been very, very into creating oils recently because I like the idea of it being so powerful, and it's almost like a concentrated version of what it is. So instead of going, okay, I want to do something for love, I need some cinnamon and I need some rose, and then I'm working with a bunch of different things, I already have my pre-made little jar of oil and I've written love oil on it, and boom, I'm ready to go. I personally have liked it because it helps me use the herbs that I don't normally gravitate to. Like there might be something on my shelf that says, I'm good for keeping away the darkness, you know, and I light things up, but I already have 4 other things for that I prefer using because maybe I like the smell better or I just go to them first. I can use that in my oil and still continue to use my other items for the burning of incense or carrying around on my body or whatever. So it'll help you incorporate some things in a different way. Dova, you want to quit tap dancing on the floor in there? Can you hear her? She's losing it.
Clearly.
Okay. Just tapping away. So normally, like I said, it's normally in oil, but it can come in other forms like powders, incense, or even spells that adopt the name Crown of Success. So a Crown of Success spell might incorporate a candle that's been dressed in Crown of Success oil with the Crown of Success powder, but it'll just be generally referred to as a Crown of Success spell. I dug around and could not find a whole lot of history on this stuff, which is strange because normally there is a whole tale and a whole legend that goes along. And I could not find it with this stuff. It just seems to be very straightforward. What it's lacking in history, it kind of makes up for in power. People have used it and claimed its success in helping them get houses or win court cases. Very big things like that. There's no set recipe for making many oils within conjure and within hoodoo and any kind of working that uses an oil. There's usually no set list of ingredients, just suggestions on what properties to choose from. So Crown of Success can be made in many ways, but there were a few things that I saw listed multiple times, and they seem to be the popular choice. Popular in Crown of Success oil is frankincense, bay laurel, cinnamon, sandalwood, benzoin, High John the Conqueror, which is already a staple in a lot of my work, so I feel very comfortable using that in my Crown of Success, and they seem to work very well hand in hand, Crown of Success and High John. And also any kind of shiny attractant. Some people like to put pyrite or even gold glitter within their Crown of Success oil, something to either A, represent wealth, riches, money, or something shiny is said to attract the attention of things. So if it's an attractant oil, you're going to want to put something shiny in it to kind of catch the eye.
Rhinestones.
Chock full of a rhinestone belt buckle. That's all it is.
So you're saying all you need to do is just go out and buy yourself a rhinestone belt and you're good.
Basically.
There you go.
So, from those suggestions, anything that you look up online, there's arguments about the best way to do something. It's very hotly contested. You can use pretty much any ingredient that opens doors, removes blockages or things standing in the way of your success, and generally kind of getting what you want or getting what you set your mind to. However, there are several places that if you look, they will claim, I have the best, the most, the oldest version, the most this, that, and the other version of Crown of Success oil. And anytime that there's like a handful of people that claim that, it's a little funny to me. So most condition oils, like Crown of Success, are popular within hoodoo and conjure, and also root work. Crown of Success is traditionally first and foremost, a hoodoo oil, particularly when worked with Psalms, the book of the Bible. The Bible plays a very large part in these types of magics, i.e., in the very first episode, we talk about our Mama Minnie, who came from the Appalachian region and was, from what we can tell, maybe into the mountain stuff a little bit, because she would recite that blood verse. So certain verses are, or even certain books are better suited to different types of intentions. So here we see that the most popular choice for Crown of Success is Psalms. Particularly, and here we go, buckle in, there's a little bit of a list. Particularly Psalms 90:17, Psalms 112, Psalms 65:11, Psalms 1 through 3, Psalms 23 or 118, and my personal favorite, Psalms 65:11. Actually, I mentioned that earlier, so pretend I didn't. Which goes like this. You crown the year with your goodness. Your paths drip with abundance. Which I thought was lovely. But, funnily enough, in some translations, it's not your paths drip with abundance. It's something like your paths are ready to drop fatness, which is great.
I love that.
I know.
Like if somebody is like, oh, you're getting ready for this spell, right? And you have this oil and that's your incantation. And it's just like you're going to bring the fatness. And I love that.
It's like you're about to drop the most fire album of the year. It's like And a little bit of history of what I could find. This is directly from pipdebelfry.com. It says the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II back in 1953, Crown of Success oil was used in the anointing. Not only that, but the particular recipe that was used to anoint her goes all the way back to a recipe from the 17th century, if not before. It's a truly magical secret. When the next coronation takes place, the same oil will be used to anoint the next monarch. It's also a very personal moment. Even to this day and age, it is a ceremony that's kept private and not shown to anyone. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I get to the mundane section of my notes, and it is completely blank.
Okay, good.
No mundane uses here for Crown of Success oil. I guess that's probably going to be the case with most condition oils. You could break it down and look at the ingredients in it and draw some mundane uses from it, I guess. You could also, of course, maybe add it to a floor wash or something. But even then, that's not mundane to me. So we're going to skip right along to magic. The obvious use is to secure success in any venture where success is to be gained. That includes not only ensuring a good outcome, but breaking down the obstacles that blocked you in the first place. When you want to be successful in school, especially if you're going to take a big test, if you're starting a business, you can do a little bit of candle magic or work in some success oil to ensure a good takeoff or a good outcome in your schoolwork. If you're job hunting or dealing with some money issues, Crown of Success shines in putting you on top of the situation. Much like Hyjon, Crown of Success has carved out a place in bringing the user courtroom success.
Oh.
If you have a project to make in school or in work that you're not super confident about, even like a project in your home, maybe if you wanted to spruce up your home and you've got a little project and you're like, ooh, maybe I bit off more than I can chew. COS, that's what I wrote in my notes. Crown of Success is there for you, and it will provide just a rager of a success time for those ventures. Important meetings like sales pitches, asking for a raise, or job interviews, Crown of Success can be especially powerful. It has this side to it where it brings eloquence and the ability to communicate clearly. So it's very powerful in situations where you want to have success, but you also want to speak. So if you have to give a presentation or something like that. So whether you're trying to learn a new skill or perfect an existing one, if you're looking to become a master in your field or become the best at a trade, Crown of Success brings out the power within. If you can envision yourself receiving something that feels like a win to you, then COS is a go-to, or Crown of Success is a go-to. If you have your heart set on a particular outcome, Crown of Success is a go-to. The uses, how do you actually use the dude? You can put some. Listen here, you can smear a little bit on your resume. You can put a little drop inside your wallet. You can even put some, this sounds sneaky, put some on your business cards to draw in money and ensure that you have the upper hand in an interview. Dress candles for candle magics. You can use the incense in spell work anytime that you're hoping to have success. You can even burn the incense or anoint yourself with the oil simply to obtain success in the spell that you are about to perform. So you don't even necessarily, you don't necessarily have to do a whole success thing. If there's not really anything, you're like, well, I've got everything. I think there's not really a use for this. You can just put a little of that on and it's going to boost your spells in general. After making sure that it's skin safe, you can wear it, you can bathe in it, and you can make soaps and lotions out of this. And let me give you a little tip. Here because I love the idea of an enchanted soap that you can use every day, especially if it's something as broad as success oil. I don't want to use unless it's like a self-love kind of thing. I don't want to use like a love soap every day. That seems like a lot. I also probably wouldn't do like a I don't know, there's just certain ones you wouldn't do every day, but
that's why I like so much using from Moonlight's Apothecary, the White Witch, because it's just about being good and every day just bringing goodness to other, and it's like I one can use that every day, you know, but it's like some are more intense, and it doesn't, you know, like I have some from her tarot line, and it's like that's very targeted, that's very specific, it's a whole thing.
Exactly.
Not every day.
You probably wouldn't want to also do like a hex break every single day. You could, nothing's stopping
hopefully you don't need to,
but hopefully, I mean, you might. I don't know your life. But a tip to make your own like magical enchanted soap, I guess, is to just take some of your regular body wash and mix it in with it. It's super easy. I kind of got hung up on the like, okay, well, I got to buy a melting soap base and then I put the oil on it and then I'm going to have to find a mold and let it set and like all this. No, like it's super easy to incorporate this kind of stuff into your daily life. Open your bottle of...
That's a super pragmatic solution that I've never thought about doing.
See, that's the thing. I hadn't really ever either. I read that and I was like, that makes so much sense. And especially if you are going to be using it all the time, you know, crack open the lid of your lotion that you use every day, drop a little in, shake it well, and boom, magic lotion. It is particularly good for wearing on your body or bathing in before you have to go into a physical instance of success. And when I say that, I mean, you're not just like mailing out something that has a little bit of the oil on it, but when you yourself have to be present for the success, such as taking final exams or giving a speech where you want to communicate clearly. If you do choose to anoint yourself with it, it is best suited on the pulse points, but also the brow and the forehead, especially if what you're doing relates to schoolwork again, or any kind of where you have to use your mind to get ahead. It's good to put on your forehead. Perhaps my favorite way that I saw of using Crown of Success oil was to put some of the powder. I know you can get the powder on Lucky Mojo, but to add a little bit to your clothes, to your wash cycle before running it through, because in that way your clothes are fixed with Crown of Success. So it's just more of that everyday armor, you know, it's incorporating magical into the mundane that I like so much. And speaking of Lucky Mojo, from them, it's called A Very Simple Stripped Down Crown of Success Candle Spell. You ready? A Crown of Success spell may be employed when you want to increase your personal performance, skills, and enhance your reputation among those who might evaluate your performance or judge you. Success spells come in all manner of styles, and a full spell will include ritual bathing to begin the work. You need a yellow or a gold candle, a candle holder, a packet of Crown of Success incense, a bottle of Crown of Success oil, and that's it.
Easy enough. So
use something sharp to carve the word success on a candle 9 times in a continuous spiral. So I'm guessing you want a beefy candle. They point out here, this should look like the stripes on a barber pole, so kind of twisting around the candle. Dress the candle with Crown of Success oil. Make a cone out of the Crown of Success incense. I also want to point out that they have self-lighting incense on their website, so I'd probably just do that. Light the candle and hold it in your hand. Facing east, say this: "May all my works be crowned with success." Next, light the incense, saying again, "May all my works be crowned with success." Finally, dip your finger in the oil and then anoint your eyebrows and the crown of your head with the Crown of Success oil, saying, "May blank," specific details go here, "be crowned with success." So let my job search be crowned with success. Let my studies be crowned with success. Then you will let the candle burn down until one entire success, the word that you carved in, until one of those words is completely consumed. Then you can pinch out the candle and then go to the place where you will prove your worth. Repeat each night for 9 nights until the candle is finished. If the performance, job search, manuscript, whatever, runs on for a long time, you may get another candle and continue this spell for as many nights as you need, but at least 9. And that is your simple stripped down candle spell, Crown of Success.
I liked it.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you did. The carving success into the candle gives me anxiety, because anytime something tells me I have to do something so many times but in a certain amount of space, I immediately freak out that I'm not going to be able to fit it right.
And yeah, you get done and you'd have like 7.5. It's like, this spell's not going to work.
Yeah, and shit.
Well, that was interesting. In its own ways, it reminded me of Cleo May. A little bit different uses, you know, but kind of similar outcomes in ways. And I was really getting some Cleo May vibes from it.
I was too, especially the part where it's talking about how you can kind of use anything that has that certain vibe to it. And especially when it got to the point about getting what you want by setting your mind to it. I was like, that's Cleo May right there. I tell you what.
I like that. I'd never actually heard of Crown of Success oil.
I had only heard it in part of other spells when they say, here's what you will need, and then they'd list Crown of Success, and I'm like, what is this? So I'm guessing now that that's just a gentle suggestion to make your spell work to your advantage.
So Charlie, on this day of your birth, this special day, your birthday, how's your mental health doing today? How you doing? How you living?
How you living, Biggie Smalls? Let me tell you how I'm living. I'm having a great day. I'm flying high. It's my birthday. I'm happy. But I want to tell you something that I know that is super important to me is even in the days when you are feeling super hyped and super good, you need to stay up on that mental health journey.
You know, Charlie, who can help you with that? BetterHelp can help you with that. In fact, they have counselors all over the world that you can contact from the comfort of your own house, and you never have to go to a terrible, terrible waiting room.
Well, I don't know, Mace. I'm not really into the self-help kind of stuff. Is that what this is? Or is this professional counseling?
This is professional counseling with real counselors. And on top of that, you get timely and thoughtful responses that you can schedule whenever you want. It could be weekly. It can be a video. It can be a chat. It can be a messaging, an email. It's whatever you want with your professional counselor.
Sometimes I want to talk about stuff that I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know if we're going to jive. What if I don't like the person they match me with?
You can switch to a different counselor at any time, and it is not a big deal. And then you get paired up with another one, and you can get going on talking about this whole range of things. You know what? I think you're going to miraculously know what some of these are. You can talk to them about depression,
stress,
anxiety,
relationships,
sleeping,
trauma,
anger,
family conflicts,
LGBT plus matters,
grief,
self-esteem, and
more. There's a 1 in 10 shot that's going to line up. Macy and I want you to be one of the over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health and living a happier life today. You can get started under 24 hours talking to your counselor, and as a listener of the WBAH Nation, the podcast, the Wabeens, you'll get a 10% off of your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/witch. I'm saying BetterHelp, HELP.com/witch.
And one more time, that is betterhelp.com/witch.
Witch. Titanium witch. I'm ready to be bummed out by your topic.
I'm going to bum you out. I'm going to bum you out really hard. Are you ready?
No.
All right. So I'm going to talk to you about frankincense. I said that for a reason. I'm going to talk to you about ash trees.
Sure. Same thing.
The name, the scientific, or the name of the genus, I believe, Fraxinus is this family of trees. It contains 45 to 65, I don't understand that range, species of medium to large range trees. They're kind of all over. They go from Europe to Asia to North America. All these different types of ash tree, 45 to 65.
Seems like they would be able to figure that out.
I don't know. So an interesting thing about ash trees is that with their age, they can be hermaphroditic. They can change their like sexual function from predominantly male towards femaleness. I thought that's very interesting when plants and living things can do that. I just find it very interesting. It's strong. It's elastic. It's like flexible, but it's super strong. It's a classified hardwood, but its flexibility has made it used for a long time for bows, like knife handles, bats, other things kind of that need some flexibility, but also some strength. You'll love this. We get this now and again. Woodworkers genuinely consider this. Woodworkers generally consider ash to be oak's poor cousin. But
no.
It's still useful in a lot of constructions. I saw it is used a lot in staircases because it has that flexible ability. And it also helped build the age of transportation, as its composition made it great for chariots, wagons, and then eventually like the early rickety ass frames of like Model Ts and shit. Like they would use ash wood in like early cars because it was flexible. This was straight from Wikipedia, and I thought this was the cutest sentence. The leaves of ash are appreciated by cattle, goats, and rabbits.
Appreciated?
They appreciate it. I'm gonna leave you with that nice warmness to this. So, currently right now, U.S. ash populations are being absolutely decimated. Like, wiped out by this asshole bug called the emerald ash borer beetle. And it looks like a jewel. Like, it's a very glossy, iridescent green bug. It's very pretty. And it is now in the U.S. destroyed, and parts of Canada now, hundreds of millions of ash trees across the country since its estimated arrival of about 2002 from Asia. So it's believed that it hitched a ride in some like wood transports and then arrived around that time. And then by about 2010, severe results were starting to be seen from it. But they think they arrived in the early 2000s.
It just started feasting.
Yes. And that's exactly it. So once they hit a tree, it almost always 100% fatal. So the way that these bugs work is they lay their larvae underneath the bark, and so they grow under there, and then they start feeding and tunneling under this bark, which essentially cuts off the tree's ability to feed and water itself, and it chokes out and dies. And they do that over and over and over and over again. This has really fucked up a lot of stuff. Like ash, some places are like ash forests, and, you know, a lot of urban areas use ash, and it's just wiped them out. And there's a lot of questions as to what all that's going to mean for these older forests now that don't have ash trees. And is that going to let invasive species that were quelled by the lack of sunlight explode? There's a bunch of issues that come from it, not to mention ash is a really big component in our global economy. Ash wood is used to make all kinds of shit. And so there's a lot of questions. There's only like one thing you can do, really. And it's kind of reserved because of the amount of work it takes and how you have to do it every year. There is like, you can hire someone to come treat your tree, essentially with a pesticide that they cannot get in. And like for everything I read was like, is that like the tree that was like one that your grandma planted? You know, is it a special tree? If like, you know, something like that. Because it is a lot of work. And I have an ash tree on the property that I think I'm going to get treated. It's the one with the fairy pool. And losing that tree would be devastating. And it's old. It's such a big ash. And so I have a lot of them in the woods. Ash trees are pretty common in this area. They're not super dense, which makes me hopeful that, you know, it won't just be completely wiped, because it's not like it's a whole forest. It's like they're only here and there. So I hope that it's just not enough food for the beetles to come here, but I don't know, because they are in Texas. The last number I saw is they're in 26 states. However, some things are being done or realized that are some hope into this matter. Scientists have since discovered that woodpeckers have learned in the very short amount of time since these bugs have been here how to eat them in the bark. And so woodpeckers have kind of become this like pretty solid predator against these bugs, and they target them out specifically. And it makes me happy too, because we are like woodpecker rich in these woods.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I hope that they can help so much. And from what I was reading, it's not something that can save an infected tree, but maybe the woodpeckers can help save the forest. They can at least help to stem the severity of the damage. A long-running program has started, and this is from what it started about 8-ish years ago, maybe a little later. It might have been like 5 years ago. And so there are these parasitoid, these wasps that eat almost specifically this beetle. And they don't sting. Some of them are very, very tiny, but they basically exist to destroy this beetle. And so now at least 24 states have released these wasps in areas that the beetles are present. And they basically just unleashed them in the hopes that they will decimate these stupid fucking beetles. And they don't really cause a harm to humans. And early results, because something like this is a very generational project, like this will take probably 20 years, to control, and because it's a very slow moving thing, but early results are showing that it looks like it's helping. It's at least slowing the damage in certain areas or things like that. So there is some hope that the next generation of ash trees, because there was legitimate fear for a while that this was it, that North American ash trees were gone. Like they were going to all be dead. It was that severe. For instance, it said like if there's 1,000 ash trees, only like 11 will make it. Like it's that severe. It's like a plague for trees. And in case you were wondering, I've wondered this before myself. So if you've ever wondered, like when you go camping and things like that, they're like, please don't bring your local firewood. This is a big reason for that. And of course, they do only exclusively, it seems, as of right now, eat ash trees. However, there's a lot of different kinds of beetles. There's a lot of different types of insects that do these things. Maybe not quite to this level, but when you bring your firewood from somewhere, and like right now, not all counties in Texas have these beetles, and they try to quarantine them to slow it. But if you have a cord of ash wood and you go up to Broken Bow, which is all ash trees, you can really start a fire, essentially, like by just releasing all of these bugs there. So that's one of the reasons, if you ever think it's like a little silly, they don't want you to do that, is because you can basically unleash a pathogen in a forest. And right now, a lot of them we can't stop.
It's so weird because it really does. It can just take one person to do that. And sometimes I'm like, how many things have I just not paid attention to? And then like something this massive happened because of it.
Just ended the world a little bit.
Jesus. I mean...
I'm going to get in the mystical side, the metaphys.
Okay. Look, are we moving on from the sad stuff? Because I'm bummed.
We're moving on from the sad stuff. It's a pretty mystical tree. Like, ash has its roots in, like, a whole bunch of, like, lore and shit. So...
Okay,
and, and despite being, like, fine in today's society, it's like oak's poor cousin. It used to be a big deal, and people used to appreciate it, and it has long ties in mysticism, wisdom, fertility, divination, things like that. Odin himself hung from the world tree, Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is how I say it. I hope to Jesus that's correct. I've read it in my head 1 billion times, and I've never thought to check that. Ever. Y'all let me know. I should know. I don't. I'm sorry. So... he did his vigil for 9 days from the world tree so he could learn wisdom. And following the tales of Odin's vigil, ash kind of became associated with divination, this learning, all-knowing type wisdom. And because the world tree itself was an ash tree. I thought this was really cool. So staffs were often made from ash as a connection to the world tree itself. Like, it was seen that, like, if you had, like, a mystical type staff or anything like that, a carved one from ash is, like, a connection to Yggdrasil and all of that. And I was like, well, that's really cool.
Neat.
And it's also used in wands, etc., because of this, like, any kind of magical tools, things like that, because of its inclination towards wisdom and divination. And the same goes for besoms. It's a very popular wood for besoms. And I'm sure, like, it would make perfect sense for me as well to use it as like a wooden set of runes, like the Elder Futhark, because that's also you're tying it back to the lore of, like Norse mythology and that whole heritage and culture with like the runic alphabet that they created and its ash, which was the world tree. I just feel like they belong together. Like that would just be very powerful together. So the very first man, Ask, was formed from an ash tree by Odin. So it's a big deal. Like, yeah. So the very first man was formed from the tree itself. And it's not just like a Norse mythologies. There's also a lot of Celtic ties to the ash tree. It was tied to Lugh. And I mean, we just had Lugh's Day, like 2 days ago. And
Lugh.
Lugh. And it's said that he and his warriors would carry spears of ash. Along with this, the 5 legendary guardian trees of Ireland. Out of the 5, 3 were ash, which is impressive. Do you want to hear me try to butcher some Gaelic for you?
Yes.
The first was Eomugna, and it was, I saw yew or oak. I saw back and forth things, and I know we have some like Irish listeners who are gonna either want to throttle me or will laugh at these pronunciations. We'll see. Eoruis, which was a yew tree. Bile Torton was an ash. Craib Daithi, it was an ash, and Craib Uisnig was an ash. Those were the 5 guardian trees of Ireland.
Your face before and after every single one of those. It just rose and fell and rose and fell.
Yep. My body knows. My body's rejecting that, what just happened. So I have some fun lore for you. Oh, and a lot of this, I want to say, it was very helpful. I've used learning religions a lot. And they just had a really good write-up on ash trees, and I saw this on there. Newborn babies in the British Isles were sometimes given a spoonful of ash sap before leaving their mother's bed for the first time. It was believed that this would prevent disease and infant mortality. If you place ash berries in a cradle, it protects the child from being taken away as a changeling by the mischievous fae.
Those fucking elves, man.
I saw several places mentioning that the ash tree is a fae repellent. That, there are, certain ways that you can utilize it. I believe I saw that the bark, they don't like the bark. But really just, they're not about an ash tree. It keeps them away.
Weird. What are we going to do about your fairy pool in the ash tree?
That's a good question. The mosquitoes, I guess, get to use it.
Oh, shit. It'll be where the gnomes go, because they know they don't have to.
They'll just go take a little afternoon soak.
Also, earlier when you said if you feed a newborn baby, a tablespoon of sap before it leaves its mother's bed, you kind of paused, and I swear you were going to say before it, like, fully leaves its mother, and I was very scared.
It's like right when it crowns, you shove that spoon of sap in its mouth immediately.
God.
That's its welcoming into the world.
Or else... Ugh.
Oh, the Celtic tree month of Ash, or Nyan, falls from February 18th to March 17th, and it is a good time. So if you really need to kind of work on yourself, I don't know if it goes as deep as like shadow work, but contemplative type thinking, creative type thinking, and it is a very inward looking tree. Wisdom, insight, things like that. It can be a good time for that. And it really fits the tone of Ash. It's a contemplative time, it's a contemplative time. It's a contemplative energy. And one that inspires deep thought. Deep thought.
Deep thought.
And a last little ditty for you. You can sleep with ash leaves under your pillow to yield prophetic dreams.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You should try that tonight, because I do not have any ash, I do not believe, on my yard. So you should give that a go. What is this? What is this? Sorry, I'm getting birthday drinks.
I'm glad your drink is good.
Oh man, it's very tasty. He brought it in a beautiful little glass. On your travels of the mind that you took into in your research is what I'm trying to say. Did you see anything that what can we do about the ash trees? How can your everyday layperson, what can we do?
Well, when you go camping, don't haul firewood from your place. If you have an old tree or a few that you would like to protect, you have to treat them every year, but you can get them treated to protect them. I saw that some places, like if they were areas of ash lumber, they would go ahead and fell the forests early just to curtail the bugs from even wanting to come to that area. And then, you can look and see if you're one of those states with those wasps that have been released. Again, they aren't supposed to be harmful. And also, maybe you live in a woodpecker-rich place and they're just not having it. They're going to eat the shit out of those bugs.
Macy, start selling your woodpeckers.
They're huge. I mean, I feel like they're as long as my forearm, not counting my hand. Like, they're like that.
Definitely.
Big.
Yeah, no,
they're
for
huge.
sure. And they're so big that when they go to town on a tree, they sound like somebody's like setting off a jackhammer. They're loud.
Do you know that their tongue is wrapped around their head?
I don't like that. What do you mean? How?
So their tongue, runs over the top of their skull.
I hate that. What kind of evolutionary bullshit is happening? I guess just because they need a super long tongue.
Well, and if I recall correctly, it aids in some of the shock absorption of hitting their head so many times against a tree.
I really, when weird shit like this happens, I really love to think about the evolution. That at some point, nature was like, yo, we gotta wrap the tongues around the head because they're gonna die.
So there's your animal fact for the day.
I love it so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm also perturbed. How's your mom's?
I'm actually confirming with her if she shipped your birthday box.
Ooh! I got a birthday present.
Dude, let me tell you something. I spent at least an hour packing this box yesterday, and I would kill someone to be the one to receive it. It's so cool.
You have a gift when it comes to wrapping and packaging. I feel like you've always done an extraordinary job on your wrap.
It's a serious thing. I try to outdo myself every year. I spend way too much money on my wrapping paper schemes every year. Maybe more sometimes than a handful of gifts put together.
And I definitely have done the thing where you wrap up somebody's Christmas present in happy birthday wrapping paper and then you just write Jesus underneath it and happy birthday, Jesus. And here you go. So, man, to have that skill, I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. I'm going to FaceTime you when it happens.
Oh, no, we need to record it. Even if we don't do anything with it, we need to record it. We need it to be on a Zoom meeting. Because it's so cool. There's stuff from so many people in it. There's because it's full of a lot of things that you've not been able to get since I've not seen you in so long.
Oh, yeah.
So it's listener stuff.
Yeah.
There's stuff in there from Lyra. There's stuff in there from Hunter. There's stuff in there from me. It's just a hodgepodge and it's a good time. And I can't wait. Charlie, my gift to you is going to blow your cock off, and I can't wait. It's all I can think about.
The funniest part is I can see how sincere you are in your movements and your body language.
So are you going to transition us into a scripted walkthrough or kind of walk up to the bean footage?
Well, I think you just did it, dude. Something about birthday cake. It's my birthday. I don't want to think too hard. I'm not gonna go into the kitchen and get my birthday cake. Guess what? It's got beans in it. Review footage. Here we go. You ready?
Great job.
Sorry. Okay. The review we have today comes to us from Brittany P. Brittany says, "These ladies are my favorite!" Exclamation point. Since I've been working from home a lot, thank you, COVID, I've been trying to get into podcasts. Found these lovely ladies, and I cannot stop listening. Not only is it super informative, but I feel like I'm hanging with the gals. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Oh.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah.
And thank you for writing it in that wonderful voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you interpreted it. It's like it leapt off the page.
I don't know how to describe it to you, but it's written in that voice. It's the font. Mm-hmm. You can just tell. I don't know how else to say it. Macy, listen. When you start to sell your woodpeckers, when you start to rent out these woodpeckers to save the ash trees, #save the ash trees, you're going to need a place to advertise that to a bunch of people who want to do that kind of thing. They want to save the ash trees. If only you knew a place where you could go to get more information about how to advertise on the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. You could do so. Do you happen
I guess
to know someplace
you could go to www.advertisecast.com.
You always do 2 W's.
No, it's Witch Amateur Hour. It takes too long to say 3.
We have an email address. It's wbahpodcast@gmail.com. Come help Jim sand off his calloused heels. So the next time he's ripping somebody's assless chaps off, he doesn't make so much noise. At our Instagram, which is located at
Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. Go peep them cute little pictures of us as babies.
Oh my gosh, there's so many questions I have. Anyway, check out those throwbacks. Go over to our Instagram. We have a Twitter where we one tweet at
Bitch Hour.
Come meet with us over on Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour. Macy, are you a supporter of podcasts and creators in general? Do you know a good place where I could go to support the WBAH podcast?
If you want to do all of those things and more, you can go to patreon.com/WBAH podcast.
We do things like monthly live streams, and we have figured out how to do them even though we are apart. Extra bonus episodes quarterly and monthly. And, if you want to be a part of our Patreon shout-out segment, that starts at just $1. We have a P.O. box. Where is it? Even though it's 1 million episodes in, I still do not have this P.O. box memorized. It's P.O. Box 865, Canton, Texas. The zip code is where I falter.
75103.
75103. I act like saying it that time is going to make me remember it. I know I'm going to be just as lost next time. Well, listen here. I don't know what this delectable beverage that my husband just brought me, but it was so good and it was such a tiny quantity. I need to go refill my cup. It's my birthday. I'm not going to feel bad about it.
I don't think you should. You know what? You go enjoy your damn ass birthday. Well, then on that note, I will take my leave.
Have a better night.
I will. It only has an hour and a half pretty much left. So.
Andy's mint is a goddamn vixen.
It is a vixen.